Yes, as you have been told, my name is Irene Waweru. I work with Don Bosco Development Office, and we shall share more about it. So I'm with my colleague. He is Jeff.
Thank you so much, Irene.
So Jeff, we have a presentation for you. Jeff shall start, introduce who is Don Bosco, what we do in Don Bosco, and then from there I'll take over and just give more of a brief overview. What about technical skills training? When we have it, what next? So karibu sana, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you, Irene. I just thought about where to begin when I was told that I would be speaking to you, Wings to Fly beneficiaries. Because in a way, there's a way we relate, me and you. But let me begin by saying that my name is Geoffrey Ngui Muvenyi. I am the Job Services Officer at Don Bosco, the Solutions of Don Bosco in Kenya. We are based at Upper Hill. And for us, you getting to school and having good jobs is something that we value. But let me begin by telling you how we relate. In the year 2008, that is 2008, I completed my primary school education. Irene was just reminding me that I was not going to be a Form 1, but a Class 8, our KCP graduate. And when I was joining Form 1 as a KCP graduate, I actually had no hope whether I would make it to secondary school, leave alone getting some post-secondary training. And it was a serious and a bleak situation for me. First of all, I come from an extended family where I am the firstborn. You see, your aunties and your I don't have uncles, but those who call themselves uncles now, because you know when you complete school, you even have uncles you didn't know. So my aunties and uncles, now my current uncles, I am the firstborn in such kind of a family. And the first organization to take me to school was called Give Us Wings. Give Us Wings is a charitable organization based in America and having projects in Uganda and Kenya, mainly in Kwale. So the owner, the one who started Give Us Wings, came to our village through a friend and spoke to me, and they gave me 5,130 shillings. That is what started me, and that is what keeps me going. So whatever started you, you must have hope that it will keep you going for the rest of your life. Is that true? So I didn't know that later I would speak to Wings to Fly. And I didn't know that I had been given wings to fly because it will give us wings, but I was wondering what I would do with the wings. So today I know, and for the past few years I know that I was given wings to fly. So at Don Bosco, my job as a job services officer in the country is to help those in technical training, which is what is happening in the country today. That is, everything is about technical training. Get wings, actually wings to fly. So who are we as Don Bosco? The Solutions of Don Bosco is a worldwide organization. We are present in 132 countries in the whole world. In Africa, we are in 43 countries. And we are divided into smaller organizational groups called provinces. In Africa, we have several provinces, one in West Africa, another one in South Africa, another one in Ethiopia, another one in Madagascar, another one in Central Africa. Here, we are in a province we call the Eastern Africa Province, or AFE, which comprises of 4 countries: Kenya, Tanzania, Sudan, and where are you reading? And South Sudan. So those are the 4 countries where we are in. And the headquarters of Solutions of Don Bosco, or SDB AFE, is Upper Hill, Nairobi, Kenya. What we do basically is that we run technical training institutions. Wherever we are, you'll always find a technical training institution. And why do we do this? Because the one who founded Don Bosco, it was called Saint John Bosco from Turin in Italy, had a passion for eradicating poverty or need amongst the young people. So what he did, he began an organization whose primary goal was to help the street boys, help those who had no hope in life, get something to do with their own lives. So he gave them something to eat and also gave them some form of education so they would become useful to the community. Just the other day, we had a presentation in the office and someone was saying that at some point, John Bosco had a huge debt because he used to get bread to feed the boys, but it reached a point where he had a loan of like €1 million, but he didn't even have money to buy a pen or the required papers to print or to do something. He had nothing to run his office, leave alone pay for the debt. Maybe someone came through and gave him the money to do that. So that passion of Don Bosco is carried from 1859 to present. We focus in helping those in need. Not necessarily poverty, but in need, most importantly, in need of education to better their lives. So I've talked about our training institutions, the ones that we run, and our province in Eastern Africa, the Afe province. We have 27 institutions spread across the Afe province in Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, and Sudan. And in all of those institutions, we graduate 3,000 students per year into the labor market, 3,000 technicians in Eastern Africa. By extension, we also train, this is not in the slides, but it's good to mention, that by extension, we also train students or young people from Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, and Somalia. Why? Because of what I'm going to say now. Maybe a little bit back where we have the training institutions. Yeah, here. So we run 5 technical training institutions in Kenya, and we have a new one under construction. So our first one is Don Bosco Embu. Don Bosco Embu is in, those who come from Embu might know Don Bosco Embu. Here we not only have a technical training institution, but we also run a technical secondary school where our students, our secondary school students can become wiremen after they complete school, can become plumbers, can become masons. We have Don Bosco Makuyu, just next after Thika, a few kilometers from Thika. We have Don Bosco Makuyu. We have Don Bosco Boys Town, which is in Karen, Nairobi. We have a new institute, new because it is 3-4 years old, called Don Bosco Marsabit, the farthest point, 540 kilometers from Nairobi. Don Bosco Marsabit, one of the, I would say, best private technical institutions in northern Kenya. We have Don Bosco Kakuma. Don Bosco Kakuma is in the refugee camp. And this is where we get to train the students or the youth from Rwanda, from Congo, from Burundi, and from Somalia, those that are outside the SDB Afe province. In terms of enrollment, Don Bosco Kakuma has 1,552 students. Don Bosco Marsabit, because it is kind of new and we are in a hardship area, we have close to 100 students. Don Bosco Karen, we have 303 students. Don Bosco Makuyu, we have roughly 250 students. Don Bosco Embu, ranging the same number, 250 students. We keep our numbers small because quality for us is important. We also keep our fee small because we know that if we charge a high amount of fee, we don't get to educate those who are in need of education. We have a new technical training center that is under construction in Kakuma, and it is going to benefit not the refugees now, but Kenyans in Turkana and all over. Because like in the refugee, we also train students from Busia, from Kericho, and from Kitale, some of which have gone through internship programs in Nairobi. What courses do we offer? You can see the courses that we offer there. We have carpentry and joinery, cabinet making, masonry and plumbing. I had a struggle understanding what plumbing is. Although I wanted to do this when there was no hope after Form 5, I wanted to go to a technical training school called Waweru Technical Training Institute. I wanted to do plumbing. For those who don't know, plumbing is to do with fixing pipes and everything in houses. Electrical fitter and electrical wireman. We have tailoring and dressmaking. We have machine fitters or fitter turners. Maybe to mention something about electrical fitter and electrical wireman is that we've partnered with a very big company called Schneider in Nairobi, in Makuyu, and in Embu. Many people graduate in electrical actually want to work with Schneider because Schneider is one of the leading electrical companies, not only in East Africa, but I think in the whole world. It is a German company. So what they've done is that they've opened training centers in our institutions, and we are partnering with them even for job placement and opportunities, especially in solar training. We have welding and metal fabrication, a motor vehicle mechanic, a motor vehicle electrician. The boys in the training centers call themselves engineers. So whenever I go, where are the engineers? And I want to see them and shake their hands. Then we have solar technology. I just mentioned about it in partnership with Schneider. We have secretarial studies and computer training school, and this is in Don Bosco, Boys Town. We have printing technology in Makuyu. And here, the printing technology trains, like the books. Most of you, okay, all of us read books, right? We've read books, right? Even for those who are dozing, we've read books. So when you read books, there's published by, we have such a printing press in Makuyu, where we publish even for the market. We have hairdressing in Marsabit. This is to do with beauty, what Vera does. We also have started something of that kind in Marsabit. And it's running well. Next. Mode of training. Don Bosco Marsabit, Don Bosco Makuyu, Don Bosco Embu, and Don Bosco Boys Town are registered under NITA, the National Industrial Training Authority, even Don Bosco Kakuma. So this is the national body that certifies technicians in the country. So all our technicians are certified by NITA. In Kakuma especially, we also have a relationship with NEC, where we give NEC exams in secretarials, I think so, and CASNEB, the CPA SAMs, and so forth. We offer grade 3, grade 2 for 6 months, and we also give grade 1. Grade 1 is the highest level of technician. And this happens in Don Bosco Boys Town and Don Bosco Kakuma, and I think Don Bosco Embu, where we have the best technicians. You get the best qualification as a NITA technician. So the office that is called the Job Placement Office or Job Services Office is responsible for replacing students in the market. So when you complete school, if you are training with Don Bosco and you are through with school, then my next job is to work for you. You know what that means? In Kenya, there is that moniker, that word, that when you complete school, you buy nice shoes that can withstand walking. Eh? So I bought those shoes for you. So I work in the companies. We create relationships that give you jobs. So you don't get to work a lot. You walk to Upper Hill, then you present your CVs, then you have those opportunities. Sometimes the companies come for us. Like recently, CMC came to us, CMC Motors, asking for students to intern with them. So we take them there. You don't need to work. So besides technical training, we also have extracurricular activities such as drama, sports, cultural dances, scouting, karate, brass band. I mean, what a student want to be. I just saw the guy singing my favorite song, I Surrender. And, you know, if you are in Don Bosco, that would be encouraged because someone told me that an external now, someone from the outside, one characteristic of Don Bosco institutions is what they call halls, like a hall like this. We have modern halls in Don Bosco. So what are those halls used for? Those halls are used to grow the talent. If you want to play, what is it called? Badminton, you play in the hall. If you want to sing, karate, music, you'd sing there. Everything we have for supporting the holistic growth of students. I think maybe we can have the next slide. So at this juncture, I want to invite my colleague Irene, who will tell us the benefits of technical, of training. Karibu.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Jeff has spoken about what we do in Don Bosco. He has given the different trainings that we do. And the good thing is this. As we speak, even if we are not enrolled in any technical school, we believe that we are speaking with managers. Is it? We are speaking with supervisors. Is it? Who else are we speaking to? Yeah? Employers? Is it? Hello? Whom are we speaking to? Yes, because within the next 2 years, or maybe the next 1 year, you will be a different person. Sidio, you are going to be a different person. So when Jeff is giving the different, let me go back. When he is giving the different kinds of courses that we offer in Don Bosco, what he is telling us is this. We have different opportunities to grow ourselves in different areas. Because today, as we speak, and I'm sure it has been spoken by most of those who came maybe yesterday or before us in the morning, is technical training. It's about growing our talent. It's about helping us to go out, help our country grow, and help ourselves develop. Sidio, is it? You know, for many years, people have been saying technical training, it is for those who have got low grades. That is not the narrative, and it will never be. Because these are the people who are out there to make the economy grow. Without people with technical training, our economy cannot grow. Or do you think it can grow? Hello? Can our economy grow without people with technical skills? It can't grow. So actually, people with the technical skills are the best people that we have in our country. And that is why we have all these range of trainings in terms of carpentry and joinery. Yeah, where you have carpenters, those who are going to do the interior design, yeah, masonry and plumbing. And I'm sure it has been said, if there's a place that people are needed, it is in plumbing. Today, you look for a plumber, you have to walk miles before you get a plumber. Probably you may not know, but your parents can tell you. Getting a plumber is an uphill task in this country, a qualified one, not just anybody. Yeah? Are we together? Because I'm hearing some, I'm not sure that people are discussing, some noises, we are agreeing. We are in agreement, eh? Yeah. Good. Okay, so I was saying all these courses that Don Bosco offer, they are areas of growth for each one of us. Because I want to believe there's a career path that each one of us want to take. And that career path can only be found within the different courses, which not only Don Bosco offers, but even other technical schools. So once we have gone, we have been trained. Why the training? What are the benefits? Yeah? One thing which is straightforward is this. Certain technical skills are becoming increasingly important. And this is not going to go any soon. Because for our industries to grow, we need technical skills. Even in our houses, we need technical skills. Yeah? And with the technical skills, we always say it is something very practical. And maybe to divert a bit, I've worked with the refugees for about 10 years. And refugees who survive, when they go to exile, it's those with technical skills. Why do you think they survive? Because they can go look for a job and work. We, with our BAs, Bachelor of Arts, before you get somebody to employ you, you'll be rotting in refugee camp. But those with the technical skills, I can tell you, they get the jobs immediately. Especially those with, with the dressmaking, those who are in hairdressing, those who can do electrical, they are able to get jobs. So you move with your skill. You don't leave your skill behind. See deal? Yes, because the moment you are trained, it is with you. And therefore, even if today you read in Massabit, and somebody says, I want an electrician, you can say, I'm here. Yeah? But for me, with my Bachelor of Arts, or a PhD in whatever, nobody will ask for me. Because they have enough. Yeah? And even when it comes to employers today, they are saying what they are lacking most. It is people who are inadequately trained. They have no right skills. I'm sure you have heard that today or yesterday. So the people who are saying we are tamarking, we have no jobs, most of them, they have the wrong training. They don't have the right training with them. So for our country, we know very well that our country recognizes that we have potential in TVET. That is what we need to grow. We need to grow human resource in the area of technical skills. Our youth, you are the people. You have the capabilities. You have the potential. Is it? What is remaining is for you to work, get into a technical school, get trained, work out, go and do the job. That is what we need. Again, I'm sure this one was said yesterday, for us to achieve our Vision 2030 as a country, we need technical skills. We don't need BAs. Bachelor of Arts, all those bachelors, they'll come later. We have one manager versus 20 technicians. So if all of us goes for the bachelors, where do we get the technicians from? Tutawapata wapi? We shall not get them. And that is where we are saying having technical skills is something that is indispensable in our country. Not only in our country, in the whole world. So at a personal level, mimi mwenyewe sasa, what about me? If today I want to go to Don Bosco and do printing technology in Makuyu. I want to go to Don Bosco and do solar technology in Boys Town. And maybe just to do a small correction, with the Boys Town, that is in Karen, it is not just a boys' institution. Apparently, that was the name that it was given when it was founded in 1993. We are not born, all of us here. That's why somebody is saying, Sidio. I think nobody was born when it was founded. Yeah? Maybe myself. I doubt Jeff, but I thought he was born. I doubt. Yeah? So in 1993, Boys Town was founded, and it was just given the name Boys Town, but it takes care of both boys and girls. So back to what I was saying. What we are told is this, and these are the facts. Between 2015 and 2025, the working age population will increase by nearly 9 million. And 1/3 of that, it is young people. We are already in 2019, meaning this increment, you are part of it. Is it? You are part of this increment. And this is where we have a lot of energy. So the question is, if we are part of this increment, moving towards the 9 million, do we just sit there? Or do we grab the chance as fast as possible by moving in and getting trained in technical skills? Because the best thing is this: grab the opportunity. As we can see down there, we have about 1,104 students in 2018 KCSE who scored C+, but they opted to go for technical training. Do you think they made the wrong decision? Did they make the wrong decision? Because definitely, if you got C+ and above, the best thing is your campus material, CDO. But for them, they said no. We know our path. I know my career path. I know what I want to do in life. I don't have to go and sit for 4 years in a bachelor of something class, and that is not my interest. I want to go into a technical school, do what I feel I want to do most, and from there I can move on. I can move on with my career path to the highest. So when we are choosing to have technical training, we are not lost. That is the best place to be. And again, I want to say, because, and actually it is with our parents who think we all have to go, even me included as a parent, who always think being in a university is the best choice. It is the best place. We are starting to correct ourselves as parents and saying, where the interest of the child is, that is the place he or she should be. Even if the person gets A, and they want to go and do masonry and plumbing, if that is there where the interests are, let the person go. Yes, it may look awkward, but why should you study for 7 years and you are not happy? Why? Does it make sense? It doesn't. For the society, yes. But for you as a person, no. For you as a person, no. And that is why I've said we have different career paths. So you can choose to start from where you are and move upwards and get what you want. Just like that person who scored A, they go to do their medicine, and you scored your C, get into building technology, and you get to your highest, because that is where your interest is. So, we talk about empowering ourselves. The moment I have that skill with me, as I said before, it is a skill which can never be taken away. It is a skill which I can move. If today I am to migrate to US, if today I am to go to Germany, and they are looking for a technical person, a technician, they can get hold of me. I don't have to go back to school all over again and start my schooling, and yet I have a technical skill with me. And that is why I'm sure it was said, I saw somebody from Germany was here yesterday. I'm sure they spoke about dual training in Germany. CDO. So they did. What happens there? It is about technical skills. But for us here, we are thinking, having technical skill, we are down there of the ladder. No, we are at the top of the ladder. Yeah? It improves employability. With my technical skill, I can be one, an employee, self-employment. Is it? Hello? Is it possible? Yes, you can leave and immediately establish your own business. Versus I with my MBA, as I tarmac, knocking from one office to the other. And I spent about 5 years tarmacking, and at the end of the day, I go back and do hairdressing because I did not get a job with my bachelor's. So for me, it is to say we are at the right place. And statistics, we always say statistics don't lie. That is why we are saying a baseline which was taken showed that 42% of the TVET graduates pursue self-employment. Meaning it's about 58% who goes into formal employment, but at some point, even those who are in formal employment with their technical skills training, they start their own businesses. And that is why I said our economy cannot grow without people with technical skills. In the formal employment, in 2018, a study by World Bank indicated that between 30 and 35% of the firms or companies, they experience difficulties in getting people with the right skills. And this has been one of the biggest problems. Maybe it was said yesterday or another day, or maybe in the morning, that getting people with the right skills is a problem. And what is happening today, maybe I'm just repeating myself, what is happening today is that companies are coming to the institutions. Like now we have companies coming to Don Bosco, training, setting up training centers. We do the training, and then they get those who are being trained directed to the job. Because those who are outside there, they don't have the right skills. So the good thing is this. As you think about getting to the technical training, you are getting to the technical training when things are changing. When the employers are saying, we want to be part of the training. We want to be sure that those who are being trained, we can be able to absorb them. We don't want to employ a person and then we spend another 1 year training the person to do the job. And that is what Jeff, that is the biggest part of his job. To walk to the employers, get them, get to know what do they want. If you're talking about carpenters, if we are talking about fitter turner, working with the machines in the companies, what do they want? They talk to us, and then we have a common understanding of the skills which are needed. So when you are going out after maybe 2 years, or 1 year, or 6 months, you are well trained. Yeah? And that is why we are saying another benefit, it increases your employability. Your productivity increases versus somebody who has no training. Yeah? Training also reduces the time that somebody has to keep on supervising you. And that is why I said we are talking with supervisors. Because the moment you get the right training, I don't think you are going to remain at the lower level before you raise. It will be very fast because you understand your job. So do not have any shortcut. Go to the right training, to the right institution, so that when you are employed, you don't have to struggle. You just need to start moving up the ladder. Yeah? Job satisfaction. I spoke about you having A and going to masonry, and somebody was laughing, because if you do something which is not on your line, to be sincere before you get satisfied with whatever you are doing, you'll always be lamenting. You'll always be moving from one job to the other. Yeah? But when you start with the right footing, when you understand what you want in your life, as Emily was saying, today Don Bosco, they said this, you want to jump there. There was that person from the cake, you want to jump there. It is good you have your own career path. What do I want in life? Where is my passion? Because again, it goes with my passion. Where is my passion? If your passion is in A, and then you go and study B, you'll always be lamenting. You'll never be satisfied. Hello? Are we together? Yeah, so it is a matter of making the right decision at the right time before we move into technical skills training. So in conclusion, now I'm finishing. We are saying technical skills training is a driving force in the industrialized countries. We are always told that in 1963, and I'm sure you have read this in history, when our country gained independence, it was at the same level with other countries in Asian tigers, yeah, like Singapore. But they are way ahead of us. Why? It is because they invested in technical training for their youth. They knew for us to industrialize, we need to invest a lot in technical skills. But I thank God because our country, we have realized that, and we are moving towards the right direction. Yeah? It helps the youth to develop theoretical and practical knowledge. This one I will not emphasize anymore. I've said the moment you have your skills, nobody can take away. You have them. You can move with them anywhere. You can work anywhere. It improves the quality of living standard and producing trained and experienced manpower. This is what we need. This is what we are lacking. Because we keep on talking about this skills mismatch. Those who are in the field cannot provide what the employers want. So with equity, and I thank God for Emily, she has seen it. It is better before you move, you get to have an understanding of what is happening outside there. So that when you choose your course, you are not just choosing a course, it is a course or a training which is going to help you set up your business, or when you absorb in the workplace, you absorb in the right industry. In the right industry. And again, we are saying technical knowledge or technical training, it is becoming indispensable. It is becoming indispensable, and I want to believe, like now my son is sitting for KCSE this year, and I'm saying the moment he does it, before he goes wherever he will go, he has to do a technical course. Yes, because it is important. Hello? Yes. He must do a technical course somewhere before he decides this is what I want to do. Because it is becoming indispensable. We must have. Even as we are speaking here, like me, I'm training myself how to do some baking. Yeah? After many years, I'm realizing I need a technical skill. So I'm hoping I'll be a good baker. Yeah? I'm hoping. Yeah? After many years. Sitaweza? Si nitaweza? Nitaweza kabisa. Yeah? So before, you see, these are how many years? Since I graduated. Many years before you were born. Around 2000, 2001. Those are many years, eh? About 19 years. I'm realizing now I need a technical. Yes. So you can see. Probably I meant some branders, but I don't want to say I meant a brander. But because the thing is this, we need a technical training. We need that skill with us. And lastly, it builds the level of confidence and sense of self-respect in every individual. Because when you can do something for yourself, when somebody can call you and you fix his electricity, if somebody can call you and you bake a cake for his or her wedding, don't you feel that your self-esteem, is raised in a way? Yeah, because it is you have the key. They can't do it for themselves. Yeah? You have the key. So with that, thanks so much. And I wish you all the best as you make your decisions. Thank you and God bless you.
Hello. Was that a wonderful presentation? Yes. Do I give you time?